Detective J. Matthew Barkak. On behalf of Lockheed Martin, we want to thank you for your service as a Broome County Sheriff and as a veteran of the Army National Guard. We are honored to sponsor you and to be part of the American Red Cross Virtual Real Heroes Breakfast. Thank you.
In September of 2019, I was helping with academy training. We were at a pretty abandoned location where we do scenario-based training with the recruits to prepare them for their jobs as police officers. The day was over, all the recruits were gone, and I was with the other instructors outside planning what we were going to be doing the next day. One of the instructors came out of one of the buildings that we were securing back up for the night and had been stung in the head a few times by bees. We didn't think anything of it, he didn't think anything of it, and as we continued talking for the day, he sat down in the chair that was there, which just seemed odd. His mannerisms were off a little bit. Eventually he collapsed. It looked as if he were having a stroke, and we tried to wake this officer back up, and he just was completely not responsive. Myself and some of the officers that were there called and started an ambulance for our area, but we were all concerned that the ambulance wouldn't be able to find us where we were. So thankfully we had those other officers there. We were able to get him into my car, and we drove him down to the state highway that was nearby so that the ambulance could meet us there. While I was driving the officer down, he stopped breathing completely. I recognized, thankfully, having military training and having gone through Red Cross first aid training several times through my law enforcement career, that he was in a lot of trouble. I was able to see that he still had a very strong pulse, he just wasn't breathing. I had my rescue breath mask that had been provided by our agency right in its Red Cross bag in the back of my car. Was able to get the officer out of my car, provided rescue breathing. Other officers helped keep track of his vital signs. We sent people back to check his vehicle for any medications that he might have had. All things that we wouldn't have thought of if it weren't for the training that had been provided for me through the military and also through the Red Cross. It was a unique experience because only one other time have I ever had to perform any sort of medical intervention on someone who I know, someone who I'm good friends with. The amount of times that you do CPR through your course of duties as a police officer, it always impacts you, but when it's someone you know, it's a totally different feeling. Any of the officers that were there would have done this for anyone, but we'll always be grateful that we were there.